Howdy folks, it is Diecast Buffet here again, and today we have a very exciting video talking about Gen 7 164 NASCAR diecast and a very cool prototype car that was just found. So I have to give credit for the photos of this car to Eric Estepp because he got the car and I'll be showing that. So make sure to go check out his channel and credit for the photos to him. But let's go ahead and dive into this video, guys. I have been so excited for these Gen 7 diecasts for so long, and finally we have a actual diecast to look at. Now I know it's a prototype, so some things could change. I've heard rumors they might change the spoiler, the windshield sizes might change, but for the most part, this is probably a 90% accurate diecast of what we're gonna get. So without further ado, make sure you give the video a huge thumbs up, and let's go and hop into it. So looking at these diecasts, man, they look cool. They look freaking cool. They have so much styling of a Gen 6, right? But there's just a little bit of tweaks. Like the windows on the side look a little bit smaller. It makes the side panels a little bit thicker. Man, it looks cool. I love the wheels. I know I would love to customize some of the wheels, you know, maybe paint some of the Penske ones. I love customizing the diecast. Love making those customs, but wow, this is such a cool looking piece, and I've been eagerly waiting for like the first true look at these diecasts, and very well we have it. This is the Eric Jones 2022 U.S. Air Force car. Now I'm not sure if it had a matte finish, a satin finish, or a gloss finish, but again, if it comes out with a gloss finish, you can always modify it if you want. What a great looking hot rod though, holy cow. But from when I see the diecast mold, I don't see anything that stands out as a negative to me. Like, to me, it looks very proportioned. The wheels, they look great, the spoiler looked great, the nose of the car. You never know when they do a new diecast mold, right? They could go full-on, like, Spin Master. They could go full-on Racing Champions. They could just goof it up, right? No, it looks like this one is really, like, they put a lot of time and work into it, which I love to see. So looking at the top of the car here, I can see that the roof banners, the back banner looks all right, but the front windshield one, they got to do some work on that one a little bit. The name font's just a little bit too small for my liking, and you know, when it comes to these diecasts, my job's kind of to critique them, right? Find the flaws in it. That's what a review is, right? So even if they don't change it, I'm perfectly happy with it. But if I have to find something, a bone to pick, so to speak, this is something that would change. It could just be because Eric Jones, you know, Jones being a 5-letter word or something like that, it's probably going to have a smaller font. So if you've seen something like Keselowski, it probably won't look as small on the front windshield. So very minor little things like there. But it does look like the side windows are significantly smaller compared to the Gen 6 one, which I don't know if that's true to the actual race car, right? I don't know, but again, I'm just so happy we're getting more Gen 7 images. I'm so excited for it, guys. And I also have the first confirmed shipment report for Gen 7. Yes, the first one confirmed of the 2022 Cup Series, not the Xfinity Cup Series diecast, about midway July. That's what I'm looking at, about 7/15th to 7/20, or July 20th, July 15th. That's what we're looking at for the first true Gold Series shipment. But there's a big but on this one, guys. Generally, when we have something like this, you know, a diecast that is just this high, this popular, the odds are we're going to get it air freighted somewhere. I just have a feeling. Initially, I thought we would get it in April. I was wrong on that one. I was wrong. I was being optimistic, but I really, truly believed so. But if the confirmed shipment reports for your diecast dealers, like the cats over there at Circle B Diecast, of course, you can, you know, pre-order all your 2022 stuff with the promo code down below. Use code DiecastBuffet. Any orders $30 more, you'll save on shipping. But if you're at the racetrack, I would not be surprised one bit mid-June. You go to Sonoma, you go to wherever they're going in June, and they have Gen 7s. I would not be surprised, because if the official Gold Series shipment is in July, we have the confirmed launch date, so to speak. Generally, the racetracks get it a month or a couple weeks ahead. That's just based on the history of the Gen 6. It could be completely different. They could be doing a 100% different process for the Gen 7. Because I will also add this, as we look into more images of the Gen 7 car. the Gen 6 shipment report for, I would say, like June is bare bones. There's not much coming out because their factories are all transitioning, I'm assuming, to the new tooling, the new molds. I mean, it's a whole new process, right? And if they're going to be using this for the next 8 years or so, they're going to want to make sure they get it a good process going, so to speak. So as we look a little bit closer to this car, a couple things that do stand out to me is the wheels the same size as the Gen 6? Like, I'm talking about the overall plastic wheel shape. Or are they a little bit larger? Because it looks like to me the tires, like the tire on it, are probably smaller, but I think the overall dimensions of the wheel itself are probably the same. Like the whole plastic wheel circle itself, I think, are the same. I just think the rim looks a little bit larger on it and the tires look a little bit smaller, which is fine with me. But man, I'm so excited, man. And we also have a shot of the undercarriage on these diecasts, which if you're a customizer, you like to add, chrome exhaust and paint the gas tanks and stuff, you're probably not going to like this. The bottom of the cars are very flat, which is accurate to the real thing, right? But in terms of customizing, you're customizing a flat board at this point. Remind me a lot of the Hot Wheels cars, to tell you the truth. They're just flat. That's what they really are, though. It does reduce a lot of the detail you could put on these cars, right? But at the same time, it's accurate. So what do you want? Do you want it to be accurate to the real thing, or do you want to have that extra ability? Truth be told, you could probably fit a Gen 6 chassis on this thing if you really modified it. But I can see, definitely with the undercarriage here, how the rear diffusers are different. So they kind of cut out a portion of the rear diffuser to fit the bottom rivet in, which is interesting to me. Overall, though, I'm really liking it. But I think the whole build of this, the whole chassis and everything, reminds me so much more of a Hot Wheels casted mold. Now, a lot of people probably want the spoiler hype changed on either the 124s, the 164s. Personally, I think they look fine, I understand that a lot of times for the Gen 7 Real Cup cars, half of the spoiler or a portion of the spoiler is actually clear, so you could see behind you, so you don't have the you don't have the Dale Jr. Talladega quote, which I'm not going to repeat. OBB might repeat it, though. He's a funny cat, or Robbie Noonan. But one thing I love about the back end of these cars here is it looks like it really gives that accurate replica of the rounded, curved of the cars. If you look at like a Gen 6 Camaro or Gen 6 Camry, the back ends of the car are flat, rigid, and very sharp angle. But if you look at the Gen 7 variants of it, they're kind of rounded off, so to speak. Very reminiscent of like the early 2000s Ford Taurus back bumpers, in my opinion. So, again, I'm looking for every little detail to try to give everybody a kind of paint a picture, so to speak, of what to expect with the Gen 7 cars. But I gotta tell you, man, I am thoroughly impressed. If you've been watching the channel, you would know I'm extremely excited about the Cup Series season. In my opinion, 2022 has the opportunity to be one of the greatest seasons we have ever seen because the parity, the quality of racing. I can't tell you how many times I have been disappointed by 1.5 mile racing the past decade. Every single time we go to a 1.5 mile this year, it's almost the greatest one I've ever seen. It's just that good of racing. The Diecast, man, everybody's one of these Gen 7 cars, and the first official shipment report for these is going to come out mid-July. That's what it shows right now. So it could be earlier. It could get pushed out. We don't know. It could be pushed back a couple weeks. All the April ones got pushed out into May, which is why we're seeing so many new releases right now. But I would not be surprised one bit, fellas, we see some of these cars actually show up at the racetracks in June. Generally, we see the Gold Series stuff show up a month or a couple weeks ahead due to the air freight. And for those who don't know what the air freight means, what they do is they pretty much, most of the crap shows up on the boats and it takes forever to get overseas. Well, naturally, the racetrack dealers, they want their stuff early. They sell it right there at the big events like the Coke 600, the Daytona 500, X, Y, and Z, right? When they have a crap load of people in town, they usually pack it, right? So what they do is they get a expedited shipment of it. It costs more naturally, but they get it in weeks, if not a month or two ahead. That's why sometimes you would see like a Dale Jr. Xfinity diecasts get released in February, but the Gold Series edition might not come out to July, right? You would see something like that expedited so drastically, but that's how that kind of all works. But nonetheless, though, guys, what do y'all think? Make sure to comment down below, guys. We're so close to the Gen 7 NASCAR 164 releases. I don't know about the 124s, though. I only looked into the 164s because that's what I'm really hyped for right now. I imagine the 124s are going to be somewhere around the same release date, but we can confirm mid-July is where the first official shipments I've seen. Could be delayed. I don't think it will, though. I think the delays have hopefully been behind us. But anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure to give the video a huge thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe for more content. We'll be doing reviews, hopefully, on all the new diecasts coming out, these Gen 7 pieces. I'm so excited for them, guys. Have a great one. Diecast Buffet, signing off.